Someone in the chat. Oh, sorry. Were you gonna say something?
No.
Someone in the chat had a good question. This is a good consortium question. What piece of media has aged the worst for you guys?
Singled Out.
Piece of media singled out.
MTV's
We watched some of that today.
Singled Out.
Did you really?
I found out. It was mentioned that Chris Hardwick, who hosts the Nerdist, one of the podcasts on the Nerdist, right? He recognized the Mega64 shirt.
I guess what happened was, this is what I was told, I haven't heard it, but he had a Comic-Con podcast, and people were asking questions.
Yeah, at a panel.
And during that, he said, cool Mega64 shirt. That's what I was told. I don't know. I'm told this.
So I looked up Chris Hardwick on Wikipedia. Not that I don't know who that is, but every once in a while, I just like to see what Wikipedia has to say about a certain subject. I didn't realize he was the host of Singled Out. I remembered there being a male host,
but couldn't put a.
But not that it was him. So I went back and I watched some older episodes, and he doesn't really look the same, in my opinion.
I think he still looks good. I think his the Nerdist podcast has some really big gets. It's a pretty decent podcast.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of the popular podcasts that you see, or podcasts that you see people talking about.
Yeah.
That's extremely listenable. I used to when I worked up in Oceanside, I would just listen to it all day. I would just go back to the backlogs, and it's how the fuck did you get Tom Hanks for an hour plus?
Yeah.
Just sitting down and just talking to Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I bet you we could get Tom Hanks.
Let's do it.
Why haven't we tried
Buckwheat Groats got Tom Hanks.
They did. Yep. You're right.
But anyway, Chris Hardwick. Let's do at midnight.
Yeah, let's do it.
Everyone tweet it.
Chris
Hardwick.
Should I talk about that?
So, piece of media that has aged the worst, singled out. Hey, I'm in that same vein. The other night, I watched an episode of Undressed. Do you remember that?
Oh,
show?
yeah.
On MTV. Hey,
dude,
I legitimately love that show.
Yeah.
Man, hey, watch it
Hell
now.
yeah.
That did not age well
Yeah,
at
I know.
all.
I've seen so much regular porn now. It's probably shitty. It's fucking garbage.
But anyway, that was wow, this really wanted to be softcore or something.
Yeah, it did. That's all it wanted to be.
Let me give a legitimate answer, because there's a show, one of my favorite shows as a kid. I can't even lay eyes on it now. Hercules: The Legendary Journey.
Oh yeah,
with Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah. Also, sometimes it's fun. Oh, here's this kid show that I used to watch, whatever. And sometimes you strike gold with something like Pete and Pete. You watch it now, and it's hey, this was a well-written show all around.
That animated series is top of the list for me.
Still works. That show still works. Right. And then you watch Are You Afraid of the Dark? That is not. Still good when you're a child.
I can still get some nostalgia just of I remember this story.
Yeah,
because I watched that so much. It's
sure.
I remember this one. Wow, this
totally.
sucks.
Welcome Freshmen.
Yeah,
that show.
And hey,
you cannot watch.
Not even watchable.
No. But you know what? I feel pretty close. Honestly, I loved Clarissa growing up, but that's hard.
I loved Hey Dude.
So we're gonna say low budget '90s television.
So Nickelodeon of our childhood.
But man, I loved it at the time.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
it was the
sure,
only thing like it.
Yeah.
And it was on all the time. You know what I mean?
I have a really hard time with watching any media that's full screen now. It really...
really?
It gets to me. It bothers me.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the cartoon, and X-Men, the cartoon, both are really rough now.
Yeah,
they're all
Yeah, I agree.
I really
and I think, with me, when I was a kid, I liked the Ninja Turtles cartoon, but it wasn't really my everything.
Mm-hmm.
I read the comics, I played the game. So it was Ninja Turtles was kind of a multi-part thing for me.
Right.
The cartoon was never my priority. I honestly liked the comics, but the Archie comics.
Yeah.
I like those better. So the cartoon, I watch it now, I'm yes, whatever. But for me, the biggest drop-off, that X-Men cartoon, when I was a kid, that was wow, there's some amazing, it's sci-fi, there's continuity with, whoa, it was a mind, for me, I was not prepared for it being that good.
Me neither.
And I watch it
awesome.
now, and it's this can't say that.
None of the perspective is there. It's so weird when a character's close to where the camera would be, and one's far away, and they're the same size.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What happened?
Yeah.
Hey, here's a show. I liked it as a kid. It's way funnier as an adult. Eek the Cat.
Really?
I've heard that.
Oh, I used to love Eek the Cat.
Hey, you'll like it even more now.
Yeah.
Because it's a cartoon that has a lot of dynamics between the characters that you may not realize as a kid, but as you get up, it's oh, this is making fun of a certain type of person. This is actually way funnier than I even realized.
Okay. Was Sharky the dog making fun of someone, or was it just a dog that was also
It was just Eek the Cat and Sharky's interactions. I was just laughing really hard. I was this is actually legitimately funny.
Huh.
I just watched Back to the Future 2 again. a couple days ago. I stand by. I do not like the first half of that movie.
What movie?
All. Back to the Future 2. Oh. I don't like it at all. The second half is phenomenal, but that first half just kills me.
When he's in the future.
The future part is like, it's fine when it's just him like in like the town, but once it gets to his house and it's all that, from there to after.
Wait, you don't like his hot mom?
What? Oh no, yeah, his mom and that, but like his dad's hanging upside. It's just so fucking stupid. I hate it. I hate it. But that second half is great.
Huh.
But again, I said before, that first movie is my favorite movie of all time. I love that movie.
It's still I didn't see those until I said this before, but I didn't see those until much later in life.
Yeah.
And it never bothered me because, like I said, I watched them all in a row.
Who disagrees?
What?
Sean, Dr. Ryan. First half of the Sega is the best part.
That
Oh,
just
that's wrong. That's
you just
wrong.
validated
Oh no,
it.
I'm with Sean.
Thank you. Now I feel so much. Oh god, you're an idiot. Thank God. Oh, okay, cool.
I will not say that the first half is the best part. That is absolutely not true. What makes that movie good is the last act where all these things are going wrong is the reason for that movie existing.
Yep.
But the first half, it never bothered me because, again, when I first saw them, I saw them all in a row. So 2 hours ago, I just saw all of his parents in old makeup. You know what I mean? All that shit.
Sure.
So 2 hours later, when he's dressed up as his own kid or whatever, I don't care. You know what I mean? I didn't have that perspective that you did. But the first half being better than the second, Ryan, you're on crazy pills. You prescribed yourself crazy pills.
There's a Tumblr called Marty McFly in the Future. Every day. It changes the date.
I heard about this.
Oh, really?
And they always
That's-
post, today is the day Marty
That
McFly
is
goes to the
so
future.
awesome.
On the 9th, I'll read from the 9th up. 299 notes, so reblogs and favorites. That's on the 9th. On the 10th, 2,923. The next day, 758. The next day, 395. 235. 370. August 15th. 116,580
That's
people.
Well, that must have been the day.
That's a lot of idiots.
That's brilliant.
That was the actual day.
That's so great.
Genius.
That's so genius.
Absolutely genius. Today is the day. Marty goes
I'm
to the
going to
future.
start a tumble called
I've
Robin Williams Demons.
Put that
Oh,
tweet
wow.
out
That's a
before.
good idea.
Oh, that's
Someone just
funny.
made it. You said it. Someone just made it.
Oh my god. I put out a tweet a while ago to saying, today is the actual day, and I got so many people. Really? Like, so many people. It's,
Yep.
man. And that's going to be done pretty soon.
Those
Like,
dumb fucking tumbleheads.
we have like
No.
a year and a month, and that's.
No,
Oh.
it'll keep going.
You think past the actual day?
Oh,
Yes.
it's going to keep going till the end of time.
Okay.
I hope so. My fingers are crossed.
Okay.
If people think it's August 10th, 2014, it'll go forever.
Yeah, alright. Okay, on the actual day, I'm going to say, it's not the fucking day. I'm going to say that. Get ready.
What's really funny, talking about, again, controversial sequels, we've talked 1,000 times too about like the Indiana Jones too.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting, and I realized this recently that it's funny when you hear from like influential people either in directing or writing. Writers will always tell you Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is the best, whatever.
I agree
And
with
then
that.
directors all go Temple of Doom is the best Indiana Jones. And it really, I watched them recently and it was like, wow, it's so clear. Temple of Doom, regardless of what you think of the story, does this kind of like parallel action that was really kind of new. Like the way that it handles all of it is very, I could see that inspiring a lot of young people to be a director. The third one kind of doesn't have quite that energy to it, but it's the perfect script in terms of like, wow, this paid off that book ended that, and it's like, it never hit me until I watched it recently. I was like, wow, you kind of have two examples side by side of different,
That's interesting.
depending on what side you go with, you know what I mean? Anyway, it's just interesting. Yeah. Worst piece of media is the Bible. That's funny.
Very funny.
Oh, who farted? One
Just
of
a
you,
little-
one of you guys.
Little Derek prank. Thank you, Twitch TV, for
Welcome. Twitch, this is the #1 game and video game entertainment podcast on the internet. Who farted? One of these fart faces sitting next to me. That fart face over there is laughing.
Roman7 in the chat says Crystal just fucking sucks. I think that's not fair to bash your friend in the chat,
Yeah.
and she's gonna see this.
Maybe he's talking about the drug. Which
Oh,
is
that's
true.
true. Don't do that,
That's-
guys.
Are there any
Sucks.
tickets left for game days?